So after understanding what is ecology, then particularly what is insect ecology and some environmental components, now we will study what is the environmental factors. What are the environmental factor? That means what it defines actually. What are the factors present in the environment that regulate the growth and abundance in terms of their distribution, their habits, all of those things, growth parameters will be influenced by these factors. So those are the environmental factor. So now we will know that broadly this environmental factor is divided into two types. Those are biotic factor and abiotic factor. As you know, bio means life. That means biotic factors are the living factor which influence the target organism we are dealing with. Abiotic means without life. Abio, A means without and bio means life, without the living things. That means all those physical parameters like your climatic factor, shelter, space, all those things are coming under abiotic factors. So biotic and abiotic, now you understood. Okay. So for now you just write down some other terms are there for this biotic and abiotic factors. Okay. First is your given by actually Howard and Fiske, first one, then Smith. But for your understanding I have designed like this. So Smith has given the term density dependent and density independent factor is biotic and abiotic factors. He has defined the biotic factor as density dependent and abiotic factor as density independent. Then what Howard has done, Howard and Fiske, he has defined biotic as facultative and abiotic as catastrophic factor. So these two are important. Later we will understand what are those things. For now you just remember biotic means density dependent and facultative factor. Abiotic means density independent catastrophic factor. Understood? Now this one is a concept given by Nicholson, this model. He has categorized this ecology into two types. Those are reactive factors and non-reactive factor. Okay, reactive includes predator, parasite, diseases, like all those biotic. But one small exception is there. Generally food is considered as the biotic factor in general, but it is not coming under reactive factor. This is the exceptional case, but food is coming under non-reactive factor. I will tell you how, but for now you just try to note it down. Though food is a biotic factor, it is not coming under reactive factors. Okay. So now, as all of you already knew what is your biotic and abiotic factor, biotic means living things and abiotic means non-living things and their interaction. This is the biotic and abiotic factor. Now we will understand what is the density dependent factor and density independent factor. Okay, first coming to this density dependent factor. Try to understand. The term is density dependent. That means density dependent factor. That means what? Factor which depends on the density of what? Of the organism. That means suppose the organism density is less, that means automatically what will happen? The factor's population will also be affected. If more means more, if less means less. For example, you see I have given here disease. Okay, suppose in a population individuals are in close proximity, very closely associated, or where the individuals number will be more, then what will happen? Automatically this disease spread will be more. But suppose individuals are living apart, very far from each other, then what will happen? Automatically the disease spread will be less. That means here the factor disease is dependent on the density of those individual population. Understood? This one is what? Your density dependent factor. So what is density independent factor? This is your density independent factor. What is that? Just like your climatic factors. There what is happening? Whatever may be the density of the target organism, it may be insect also, this won't affect the sunlight, this won't affect the rainfall. Directly they don't have any kind of correlation. Okay, so these factors, what they do, exert their influence on population size regardless of the population's density. They are independent of the population density. So biotic factor are dependent, abiotic factor are independent. Understood? Just see some comparison. First one is your comparison between your density dependent and density independent factor. Okay, density dependent means already you know, that is your biotic, independent means abiotic. How can you define? Density dependent factor take a varying percentage of the population depending on the density of the population. That means their population percentage is affected depending on the target organism, on their density. For example, predator, parasite and diseases. This is given by whom? This Smith. He has given this term density dependent and density independent factor. So what is independent? Density independent factor take a constant percentage independent of the density of the population. Whatever may be the density of the population, okay, they always show a constant percentage. It won't get affected. For example, climatic factors. Next is your comparison between catastrophic and facultative factor. Okay, in our slides from the beginning I have given like biotic and abiotic, that's why I have designed like that only. You see, facultative means biotic, catastrophic means abiotic. Okay, that means again facultative means what? Biotic. That means what? They depend on the initial population. Just like that, some modification is there in the definition, but here facultative factor means biotic factor means dependent of initial population. Catastrophic factor means, abiotic factor means independent of the initial population. Now read the definition. When the factors act in such a way which involves the destruction of a percentage of population which increase as the number of individuals per unit area increases, are called as facultative factors. What do you understand by that? That means these are the factor which increase or decrease, okay, as per the number of individuals per unit area increases or decreases. Same thing, whatever the initial population is there, if more, the factor will be more, if less, the factor will be less. Understood? That is your facultative factor. Again same thing, predator, parasite, food, all those things are facultative factor. So what is catastrophic? Independent of initial population, that means they are density independent. Here what will happen? They always have the constant proportion of the population, irrespective of the number of individuals it contains. Whatever may be the initial population of the animals, organism, insect, this factor are not affected. Weather parameters, soil, sunlight, heat, temperature, those things won't get affected by this initial population of the organism. So these are the catastrophic factor. Understood? Next, last one, that is your reactive factor and non-reactive factors. Okay, what is reactive factor? You just write down, reactive factor means these are responsive factor, non-reactive factor means these are non-responsive factor. In reactive factor what happen? Quantity or quality of the factor affected by a change in density. If the organism density is changing, then what will happen? Either the quantity or quality of the factor will be affected. Understood? Then if the density is changing due to this factor, again one response will be created in this factor. For example, you can tell, and here the examples are your predator, parasite and disease, just like biotic factor. So what is non-reactive factor? These are the non-responsive factor that does not necessarily result in a change in how the factor affect the population. It will affect the population, but the population cannot affect them. Getting my point? Reactive factor means what? The factor will change the population, and again the population has some effect, some reaction over this factor. But non-reactive means this factor will change the population, change the abundance of that particular organism, their population, but the population cannot react or give some reaction to these factors. This is your non-reactive factor. Here only one exception is there. Okay, that is your this food. In all other cases, food is regarded as biotic. But in non-reactive factor, this is coming under this category, separate. In reactive factor, predator, parasite, diseases are there, but food is coming under non-reactive factor. For your understanding, let's see. Suppose some predator are there. Okay, predator will feed on the prey, the insect. They will feed on upon the insect. They are affecting the insect. Again, suppose the initial population of insect is less, then what will happen? Automatically the predator population will be reduced. Here both are affected due to each other. Both have some reaction. Understanding my point or not? These are what? Your reactive factor. What is non-reactive? In case of climate, okay, suppose rainfall is there. Rainfall will affect the insect, but the population of insect won't have any reaction towards the rainfall. Only one way, not two way. Reactive means two way interaction will be there, but non-reactive means only one way reaction will be there. Other side no reaction will be there. The change in population of the insect won't affect the rainfall. Yes or no? Understanding my point or not? Even same in case of food, shelter and space. Okay. For example, you can tell so many rock crevices in a stream. For suppose crayfish is there. So what will happen? The number of crevices the shelter will affect the surviving of this crayfish, but this population of crayfish won't affect the number of crayfishes. Understanding or not? That means here only one way. The abiotic factor is affecting the population, but the population is not affecting the abiotic factor. That is your non-reactive factor. Understood? You just see the last point. Reactive factor affect density of the population and also get affected because of the resultant change in density of the organism concerned. But in non-reactive, what is happening? Non-reactive factor affect density of the population but do not necessarily change because of the resultant change in density. Understood? So this is all about your biotic-abiotic factor, catastrophic facultative, density dependent, independent, and reactive and non-reactive factor. You see, this is the basic version of this classification. Okay, still some advanced level is there, some other models are there. I will prepare a different video for that, but for basic knowledge this is sufficient. Thank you for watching. If any kind of doubt is there, then you can ask me. Thank you a lot. Have a nice day.